I don't have any more excuses. So today is the very first Kerry Motovlog. Woo! It only took us almost 2 months to get to this point. Let's go! But yes, we've got everything sorted. I'm gonna head out on a pretty chill ride through some farmland, all of that, or at least I think so, judging by the direction that the route is going to take me. And yeah, basically just have a good time. It's a nice 20-degree day. There's nice chill breeze. It's partly cloudy, which means I have to put the ND filter on. But yeah, pretty good, and we're just gonna take it as it comes. Nothing too crazy. Just yeah, enjoying the vibes and whatever I feel like talking about. But enough of that. Time to take this camera, chuck it on the helmet, jump on the bike, and head out. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys. So here we are on the bike. Helmet cam is now here. It's the same camera. It's just on the chin mount. So it's basically like the camera is basically where my mouth is. So that's the view. But we're on, I believe, ultra wide POV. So my hands should be in frame. We've got our navigation here, which we will be following. But first, you may notice we don't have a lot of petrol. I know it's flashing, but we've still got about like 70 Ks, but this ride, as you can see, is longer. So yeah, and anyway, it takes us past a petrol station, so we gotta go get some fuel. Okay, all good. Let's fire it up. God damn. It's so beautiful, like, riding out of here. It's like, it's actually so picturesque. Like, it was very much, in the first half, the Hawks sucked, and then in the second half they were a lot better, but still not great. Got a couple injuries. Our forward line's a bit undersized, which sucks. But we play next week in the opening round against Sydney. I think it's like a Thursday night game from memory. Thursday or Friday night, one or the other. So big stage at the SCG, something like 40,000 hostile fans. So I'm sure that's not going to come back to bite us in the ass at all. But yeah. Okay, guys. So yeah, you join me at a servo. Just quickly before I fill up, I swear most motovlogs at some point feature a petrol station, which, by the way, if you're not from Australia or New Zealand, that's what we down here tend to refer to a petrol station, a gas station, as the bloody servo. Oh, and by the way, just a quick peeve that I have is that because the kickstand on the bike is on its side, okay, like if I was to rest the bike on its kickstand, it tilts off to the side, which means I can't fill up the tank properly. So I have to kind of stand on the bike while I do this, and it's just a bit awkward. But yeah, I'll show you what I mean. Anyway, I use 91. I know a lot of people will say, oh no, you should use 95 or 98 or something like that. No. At the risk of saying something kind of controversial, petrol fumes smells really nice. Yeah, I said it. Petrol smells, yeah, it smells great. Anyway, I'd say that's pretty full. Yeah. Alright, time to actually get this ride underway. Hopefully my phone doesn't go flat. It shouldn't, because it is technically charging while I do so, but yeah. Also, I think I'm technically in the wrong lane. Yeah, no, I am. So yeah, I need to switch lanes. Yeah, keep your head on a swivel. Alright, so yeah, maybe a little bit about myself and my riding journey so far, for anybody who Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know. I have had my license since like middle of October. So what is that? 12, about 4.5, almost 5 months now. I've been really enjoying riding up until this point, which is really nice. I feel a lot safer than what I had like previously thought I was going to feel, which is even better. And yeah, I've learned a lot of things, and I think part of that has to do with like the course that I did. So for those of you who aren't, sorry, perhaps I should say, for those of you who are like American or something, that guy's rubbed up, damn. Anyway, for those of you who are American, you can't just like buy a motorbike and like jump on one here in Australia. You have to do a mandatory course. The system is called Stay Upright, and it varies in price from state to state. Down here in Tassie, it is $800, yeah, which for you Americans is like 500, 550, something like that at current exchange rates. But yeah, it's expensive as fuck. But that cost is offset by the fact that one, it's a 2-day course, and they really want to make sure that you like know what you're doing when you're doing it. And as a result, by the way, it means that like that was a pretty shit gear change. It means that like your training is in a good state, if that makes any sense. Which is even better. I think I'll chuck the visor down so I can hear myself a bit better. Also, the audio will change. But yeah, it's a really good course. They teach you a lot, just a lot of safety things. You spend most of your time like on the course on the bikes, as opposed to like in a classroom learning, which is great. It's hands-on. It's fantastic. 2Ks and okay, cool. But yeah, it's really good. Yeah, for my first couple of rides, I was like nervous as fuck. I was like, God damn, I might die. But now I feel a lot safer. Safe enough to the point where I can strap a camera on and stick a microphone in my helmet and have a yap to you guys. Yeah, so after a minimum of 6 and a maximum of 12 months on your L's, you do there are 2 more things that you have to do. It's called the check ride, which is like a 2.5 hour group ride with an instructor where you just go over a lot of other skills. And then a month after that, you do your pre-provisional test, which is one-on-one with an instructor. And I can't remember how long that is, but that's basically for anyone who's done their dreaded final drive on like in a car or something. I'm gonna change down here. For anyone who's done their dreaded final drive like in a car, that's what the pre-provisional test is. And then assuming you pass all of that, you are on your P's for your provisional license, or your P's as we refer to it, for 3 years. 1 year of red P's, 2 years of green P's. The red P's, you still have to ride learner approved bikes, but once you get to your green P's, you can ride anything. Now, that probably leads me into a nice conversation about how long I'm going to have the Ninja for, and what I'm going to do afterwards. So this is, for anyone who needs a refresher, this is a Kawasaki Ninja 500, which is a bit of a misnomer. It's actually 451cc. And this is all the learner bike you'd ever need. And honestly, it's probably it's honestly getting kind of close to middleweight. That's how like crazy cool this thing is. I will be holding onto this bike for at least all of my red P's, probably my green P's too. The resale value on these bikes is ridiculous. And I do mean that like quite, like it's actually kind of mental, the resell on these. But yeah, that's, so I will be holding onto this bike for at least a year and a half, probably like 2,
probably 2 years, maybe even 3, who knows. And then after that, I think, assuming that inline 4 bikes are still made, because they may not still be being made by the time, what is that, 2027, 2028 rolls around, I will probably go for one of them. But not a Gixxer, because fuck Gixxers, they are uncomfortable as all hell. And yeah, unlike a lot of people who ride bikes, I actually fucking care about my back. We are now entering countryside, so the scenery is getting a lot better. There are our first cattle, which is nice. This is still a 100km/h road, but note how I'm doing the speed limit that I'm allowed to, 80-ish. Yeah, also, something else you may notice about Tassie is there is a lot of roadkill. And I mean a lot of roadkill. You may have also noticed, I mean, there's even more. You may have also noticed there are no light poles. Like none at all, in fact. And that is really dangerous at night time, which is when most of this happens. Well, actually, dawn and dusk is when most of this happens. But there are no light poles. So these roads here at night are pitch black. So it's a bit unsafe, which is why I don't like riding at night, especially down here. And also the suicidal nature of wallabies. Yeah, we have a lot of wallabies down here. Not so much kangaroos. There are kangaroos, but they're 9 out of 10 macropods, which is the family that kangaroos and wallabies and that belong to. 9 out of 10 macropods are wallabies, and about 60% of them are roadkill. It's just peaceful, by the way. Like, if, and this is probably a bit of the conversation that, like, you can only really have when you've pulled over, so you can actually focus. The freedom of riding a bike is just nice. It's to feel the wind, what you can, you know, with the jacket and all that, but to feel the wind and all that, it's just nice. It's just a nice feeling. And, you know, you might be tempted to say something along the lines of, oh, well, what's the difference? Like, what's the difference between this and, say, you know, just going for a drive on a nice day and then sitting in your car somewhere? And to that, I would say there's not a whole lot besides the fact that, I mean, I know you're smaller, more maneuverable, and in my opinion, because this is a sport bike, there's a bit more performance to be coaxed out of it. And, you know, like, you could always go for a nice drive on a Saturday or Sunday arvo in, like, a convertible or something, like in a convertible Beamer, or, hell, even a Miata or something like that. And the same vibe would be achieved. But, like, that's also driving, and I don't know, but I like riding. It's, you know, it's whatever. It's, you're kind of comparing apples and oranges. Yeah. I cannot, no, visor down. I cannot express, by the way, just how beautiful this day is. Like, I know that, you know, riding gets quite a lot of flack for being something that you can only really properly enjoy in, like, fair weather, but holy shit, like, it's the same with owning a convertible, by the way. You just, yeah, enjoying it during, like, days like this where there's a breeze, it's not too hot, and you can just vibe. Holy, is it good. But yeah, oh, hang on, there's a turn coming up. Let me just... Oh, bit of gravel on the road, just acknowledge that. We're good. probably could have changed down again actually, but yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's beautiful today. Remnants of roadkill, remnants of roadkill, remnants of roadkill. That might honestly have been the same animal or 3 different ones. More roadkill. This week has been, like, we've been a bit understaffed, but other than that, we've been good. And yeah, just having a good time. Now, this is a bit of an uphill curve, probably a bit of gravel, so we're just going to hit the brakes slightly. Ran wide. Holy fuck! That is a lot of sheep. Jesus fucking Christ, man. If I was a Kiwi, that would turn me on so bad. We have now entered a windy, foresty section where you have absolutely no fucking clue what could happen. A wallaby or something could just A wallaby or something could just hop out in front of me at any given moment right now. And that would suck. So we're just watching the road shoulders, just kind of scanning them every now and then. I know I said, like, earlier to not ride in the middle of the road, but like when there are no lanes, you don't so much ride in the middle as you do ride towards the right hand side of where your lane would be. Anyway, I've done plenty of yapping, so I'm just gonna shut up and listen to some music for a little bit, and yeah, you guys enjoy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that hurt a little bit. Okay, let's just pause. Oh, man. Good Lord. Okay, let's get this off. Jesus. Oh, yep. Oh, let's just sit down. Oh, Nah, I just gotta chill. I'll catch you guys back in a moment.
Okay, so still in Westbury. I'm just sitting down now, taking the camera off of the helmet, and we're just chilling. We're just resting. The crotch was actually pretty sore, like after a while. I think the bumps took their toll in the end. Again, as I said, my back is fine. It's just my crotch suffers. As far as location goes, we are about halfway through with our ride, at the furthest point away from home at the moment. But yeah, it's nice. We are now in the process of heading north again, which will be nice. And we're gonna go back through some wonderful farmland. And yeah, just have a good time, some more yapping, and all of that. Yeah. Anyway, time to I think put the camera back on the helmet and get going. All right, cool. See you back on the road.
We have now entered a different, not quite a biome. This isn't fucking Minecraft, but like we've entered a different area. We are now out of the Meander Valley, and apparently we're into the Tamar Valley. Doesn't feel like it, but yeah. Ease off because there's gravel on this shoulder. Good. And you'll know that the road shoulders are unsealed. And by unsealed, that just kind of means that they drop off onto dirt. Like, it's not, they're unsealed road shoulders. Which means that if you run wide on a corner, you're just going to go straight into the dirt and then straight into the ditch off the side and stack it. Which I have done before, because I went too fast through a corner, a bit like this one. And yeah, except it was the other side. So like it was a right-hand turn, too fast, ran wide, off into gravel, and straight into a ditch. The bike actually stayed upright, believe it or not. Bike stayed upright, and then when it came to a stop, that's when I like kind of tumbled off. I was perfectly fine. Got the bike out of the ditch with some help from a very kind local farmer who just happened to drive by, and that was a stark lesson to me about just when you don't know roads, just don't ride like you know them. Patience is a virtue. Oh, and that's something else. I know that like people like to say, "Oh, patience is a virtue," kind of thing when they want to rub it in someone else's face who's impatient. On a bike, you have to be patient. And there's a lot of bike riders, particularly young people on sport bikes, who are not patient. And they'll weave in and out of traffic, not indicating, and they'll like floor it and shit like that. And I'm just like, mate, one of these days you're going to be in a pickle. Oh, hang on. Anyway, one of these days you're going to misjudge something and it's going to cost you, and it might cost you your life or at least your ability to ride going forward. So yeah, you just gotta just be patient, ride your own ride, and if you're in a group ride setting, just again ride your own ride. Don't let other people dictate how you ride. If you're in a group and like everyone in that group wants to speed and do dumb shit like overtake cars like in no overtake zones, or if they want to go through the twisties way faster, alpaca, let's go, those guys spit like nothing else. Anyway, if they want to go through the twisties like riding as if they're fucking Valentino Rossi, who's a MotoGP rider by the way, if they want to do all of that and race each other, let them, right? Ride your own ride, because ultimately, like, you have a family. right? You have a family who I'm pretty certain they love you, and if for whatever reason you don't, you probably have friends who love you and they don't want to see you get hurt or killed or something. You know, there's an old saying that I like to use with the whole concept around group rides, and it's like, what is it? Ride your own ride. Don't end up in the news, in hospital, or in jail. That might be the most Australian, like, council worker thing ever. One guy digging a hole and 2 people standing around watching. Oh man. I was just saying, oh man, it's a bit sore. Probably closing in on 2 hours. It hurts after a while. It's not the most comfortable thing, but it's alright. It's alright.
Oh, they're pretty good.
Yeah, the upright position's good. It's the crotch. It's alright. Oh god, accident.
Yeah.
Everyone alright?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. Good. And this is like the final bit of the ride that is truly breathtaking. Every single time I ride home and I go like this way, like I go past like through Lagana and I come out here, look at this. This is the Tamar Valley.
Hey guys, so I'm just in the process of editing the video. I kind of lost the end of the ride, which really sucks, but I still managed to capture basically everything that was beautiful and that I wanted to capture. And on top of all of that, I also forgot to film an outro. Bit of a scuffed first moto vlog, all things considered. But you know, all of my videos at this point have been pretty scuffed in one way or another. So I guess it's just fitting in quite nicely. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, you know the drill by now. Like, sub, all of that. Much appreciated. I am having quite a lot of fun, and yes, sorry that it took so long, for all the reasons that I explained in the intro. Alright, well, with all of that said, thanks for watching guys, and until next time, take it easy. Alright, bye!